In this video, I'm going to show you how I can dry beans in a pressure canner. And I started off with 3 pounds of dried pinto beans that I soaked overnight. I'm also going to show you using these reusable lids. They come with this plastic lid and a rubber seal. I'm also going to talk to you about these stainless steel rings from ecojarz.com. I'll put a link in the description of these two. These are just amazing. They are stainless steel, so they will never rust. They are an investment. So I have 14, which fits in my pressure canner, and then some extra ones. So let's get to the video. Okay, so the next step is I am going to bring the beans up to a boil and soft boil them for about 30 minutes. I am going to put some salt in here, and I am going to use this same water in the jars. So while that gets up to a boil and boil for 30 minutes, I'm also going to get my jars ready. So this is the All-American pressure canner. I already made sure my jars are nice and clean. And in this one with the pints, you can put 2 layers. So I have a layer on the bottom and this layer, and I just have them some water. And I'll bring these up just to warm them up. I'm not going to boil them or really sanitize them because you don't really need to do that when you pressure can. With the All-American canner, I am going to put some oil along this rim here and in the inside, and just kind of bring that up to just about boil to get these jars nice and hot. And I'll come back when the beans have boiled for 30 minutes. I also got the rubber gaskets and the lids boiled and all ready to go. Okay, so once the beans have been boiling for 30 minutes, I have my jars all nice and warm. I'm going to scoop them out into the jars. Now, it's super important that you keep the right amount of headspace. So for dried beans, they want 1 inch. And then I use this handy tool. I'll mark it out. And this is really, if you don't leave enough headspace, that is where you cause the problems where there's a lot of leakage, or you don't get a good seal, or they kind of explode in the pressure canner. So you got to make sure you have the right amount of headspace, because actually what they do is it boils into the pressure canner, and when it boils and it leaves that steam, they have to have enough space to kind of come out. Okay. And then you take these 2-piece lids and the rubber gasket and the lid, put it on, and then I'm using the stainless steel rings. Just hand tighten it and then put it into the pressure canner. And you know, this is super convenient. I can beans probably 4 or 6 times a year. I usually keep on you know, a different amount of different beans. So these are pintos. Sometimes I'll do black beans, I'll do red beans, and it's super cheap. I was actually shocked how expensive organic canned beans are. When you use organic dried beans and do this yourself, it's super affordable. And then using these reusable lids will be really nice. I have used them in the past, but they were things that kind of sat on the shelf a little bit longer, so there wasn't a lot of turnover. But with the beans, I have a lot of turnover. So I'm excited to use them for the beans. And then what I'll do is I will bring the pressure canner up to steam, and then put the gauge on at 10 for where I am for 75 minutes. And it's super convenient. It's a little time consuming, but to me it's well worth it to have good quality beans on hand for my family. They are vegetarian, so they do. So like this one has a little too much, and I'll just scoop out some water, because like I said, it's super important to have the right amount of headspace, or you could have a disaster on your hands. And this little tool is new to me. Before I used to follow the ring, so these jars have this ring on there, and I know 1 inch is below that ring. So wipe the lip, put the 2-piece lid on, and hand tighten it. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I usually put out a new video once a week, and you gotta keep, I have a new adventure happening, so hopefully in the next couple of months I will let everybody know what that new adventure is. We are super excited. We just kind of started. But anyway, I hope you liked this video.